Okay, welcome. Thank you for joining us for the Life and Environmental Science Academic Breakout session. I'm going to get this started. My name is Kristen Schultz. I am one of the admissions advisors here at SUNY Plattsburgh, and I have a wonderful panel of faculty joining me today to talk a little bit about the different programs that we have here. For those of you joining us, if you have any questions, we will have a Q&A portion. Please direct your questions through the chat feature to me. On your screen, there should be a bar that will allow you to find chat, and then you can direct your questions to me and I will address them to the panel. And if you have a specific question for a certain major, please note that in your questions. But at this time, I am going to turn it over to Dr. Neil Buckley, who will get us started on the presentation.
Hi, this is Neil Buckley. I'm the chair of the Department of Biological Sciences, so I'm going to go ahead and try to share my screen with you. And you should be able to see that, I hope. And as I said, I'm the chair of the Department of Biological Sciences. And the Department of Biological Sciences offers a wide variety of different degrees to our students. We have a bachelor's and a Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor's of Science in Biology, a good choice for students who aren't entirely certain what direction they'd like to go, and they're trying to keep their options open perhaps, enables you to go in many, many directions. We also have a Biomedical Sciences degree, which is extremely popular with our students. It's our primary degree for students who are planning on a career in the health sciences. So regardless of what direction you'd like to go, whether it's physician's assistant or nursing school or medicine, veterinary school, this is an excellent option, and it gives you a tremendous amount of choices when you get to your junior year, because there's lots and lots of different elective options you can take, things like histology and medical microbiology, cardiovascular pharmacology, neurobiology, etc., etc. There's a really wonderful set of selections. We also have a biochemistry degree that's offered jointly with the chemistry department. That's a great choice, particularly if you lean a little bit more on the chemistry side of the spectrum. So a wonderful choice, lots of great options in that degree. We have a couple of specialized degrees I'll talk a bit more about in a minute. Those are the BA-MST in Adolescence Education and our Medical Technology and Cytotechnology degrees. And in addition, we have a wide variety of minors. So you can do a minor in neurobiology or botany or bioinformatics. And that helps you to really round out your education very nicely, I think. So, as I said, there are a couple of specialized degrees that I want to spend a little bit of time talking about. One of these is our BA-MST in Adolescence Education. And this is something that you can do through a variety of different departments, not just biology. So you can do through Earth and Environmental Sciences or chemistry or history or English. It's an excellent choice if you are planning to be a high school teacher. So the great thing about this degree is it enables you to complete your degree in 5 years. So both your undergraduate degree and your master's. So it's highly efficient. The other big plus with this degree is it allows you to get into the classroom at a young age. So you're in as a sophomore, finding out if teaching is really for you, rather than waiting until you're in the middle of a graduate degree. So if you're thinking about being a high school teacher, this is an excellent option. The medical technology and cytotechnology degrees we offer are extremely good choices for people who say that I want to be able to walk out of school and be able to get a job straight away. So the medical technologist is the person who carries out blood and urine analysis in the hospital, those kind of tests. Cytotechnologists are people who do histological analysis. So they're people who do biopsies, things like that. These are 3+1 degrees. You do 3 years at SUNY Plattsburgh and then a year of clinical training at one of our affiliated hospitals. And there's a wide variety of choices there. Salaries are extremely good, and there is a tremendously strong job market for both of these types of degrees. Every week I have people calling me up saying, do you have any recent graduates they're desperate to hire? So an excellent choice if you want to be certain of a good income when you finish your undergraduate degree. So what kind of things distinguish SUNY Plattsburgh from other schools? Well, one of the most obvious things is the amount of access you have to the faculty. All of our faculty teach all our classes and labs. So we do not have graduate students, for example, teaching the labs. And this gives you a great opportunity to interact one-on-one with students, one-on-one with the faculty. It enables you to establish good relationships, and it enables you to potentially do some research with faculty. And so that's something we really put a lot of emphasis on. So you have a lot of one-on-one contact with your faculty. We have excellent facilities. The building was completely redone about 6 years ago. We spent a lot of money on new equipment, new microscopes, new centrifuges, etc., and all of those are available for our students to work with. So a lot of really good options available to you in terms of equipment. And so our labs and our teaching and research facilities are very well set up to maximize the learning that takes place in them. We do have a very strong emphasis in the department on research. Many of our undergraduates do this, and we put a big emphasis on it because it helps with critical thinking. Critical thinking skills are essential today. You need to be able to think independently, and research really does a wonderful job of helping people to do that. Our students are very successful in research, present their research at meetings, and get an awful lot from it. The student in the middle there, Kerry Corcoran, just recently won a SUNY Chancellor's Award for Excellence in Research. And so it's a great opportunity. And research opportunities are not just limited to juniors and seniors. We have a wonderful new program through the Howard Hughes Medical Institute where students are doing research on bacteriophages. And bacteriophages are viruses that attack bacteria. So our students are isolating bacteriophages from soil samples. They're doing the DNA sequencing. They're learning a lot of wonderful molecular techniques, and they're naming and discovering and naming new species of phage. The one in the upper left-hand corner there is one that was discovered by our freshman students last year. So if you're interested in research, this is a wonderful thing to consider getting involved in. What do our students do? Well, they go on to do many things. Obviously, many of our students go on to careers in the health sciences, and we have a great deal of support in place to help our students to be as successful as possible. So we have a dedicated pre-health advisor who works with all of our students, and all of our faculty spend a lot of time on individual advisement with students as well. We put a big emphasis on that. And as you can see from the pictures, the students have gone on to quite a lot of different, very interesting and successful careers. So I'm going to switch gears now and talk about the chemistry department. I was the chair of chemistry for several years. And so I'm sort of doing double duty today, both biology and chemistry. And chemistry is also offers wonderful opportunities to students. It's often a degree I think that people don't think about enough, and it's one you should seriously think about if you are interested in chemistry. There are tremendous opportunities here. The chemistry department offers BA and BS degrees in chemistry, as well as the joint BS in biochemistry with the biology department, and also the BA MST, as well as engineering study options. So you can spend 3 years at Plattsburgh and then go to an engineering school. After a year at your engineering school, you get your undergraduate degree at Plattsburgh, and then you continue with your engineering degree. So excellent option if you're thinking about perhaps chemical engineering or something like that. The chemistry department, again, has wonderful facilities. We built a new building about 10 years ago, spent a lot of money on it. They're the nicest labs I've ever seen, frankly, in terms of chemistry labs. They're extremely well equipped. Some very expensive equipment was bought, including that NMR in the bottom right-hand corner there. That thing cost about $200,000, and the students get to use it. And that's one of the great things about being at a place like SUNY Plattsburgh. The students are deeply involved in using the research equipment with the faculty. It's a great spirit in the chemistry department. Wonderful faculty, very interactive with the students, constantly take them to meetings, engage them very much in research. There's a very active chemistry club that does a great job of building spirit within the department. And Dr. Karina Kless and Dr. Rajesh Sanasi have some excellent research opportunities going through their federally funded, NSF funded research project. So great opportunities there for the chemistry students. And chemistry students are extremely successful. The department has an enviable record in placing students into graduate school. So many recent graduates of the chemistry program have gone on to PhD programs or even on to medical school. And that's something to bear in mind. You can certainly do things like medical school through a chemistry degree. So if you're interested in chemistry, I would seriously give this degree some very serious consideration. So I will wrap up there, and I will hand it over to Dr. Romanowitz from the Department of Earth and Environmental, or the Center for Earth and Environmental Sciences.
Okay. Hi, this is Edwin Romanowitz. I'm the director of the Center for Earth and Environmental Science. So I would like to give you a brief overview of our program. First of all, the Center for Earth and Environmental Science is a multidisciplinary center. We're not made up of individual departments. We're one academic unit made up of faculty with backgrounds in ecology, environmental science, environmental planning, environmental studies, geology, geography, ecology. And this is really important. This is a very important distinction. Many programs across in other schools have environmental science programs, but they're made up of different departments. And by putting all the faculty in one academic unit, it means that we're developing our courses together, we're developing curriculum together, we're researching together, we even teach together. And so it's a very different experience. Our courses and curriculum are really designed with the idea that we know we have students from a wide range of different backgrounds and having different disciplinary interests, and we try to reach out to all those students and make certain that the courses have content that they can use in their individual disciplines within the center. We do have 8 different undergraduate degree programs and study options, and I'll talk a little bit more about those in a moment. We're a very student-focused program. The faculty know the students very well. We work with the students very closely. The students have a lot of access to the faculty. And we provide a lot of experiential and applied opportunities for our students. In our courses, I'd say probably 75% of our courses have some sort of field or applied experience in the course. It could be field trips, it could be field research, it could be working with professional planners or visiting wastewater treatment facilities. But students have a lot of opportunities to get some practical experience. As they do as biology and chemistry, we have our undergraduates have a lot of opportunities for doing research through individual research, individual studies, independent studies with faculty. And our faculty are very much involved in research. We have all of our faculty are involved in research of some sort, and students are working with them. And these students are presenting their research at professional meetings. We would have had several students at professional meetings this month, except they've been canceled because of the virus. We also have a lot of students participating in internships. We don't have any cooperative agreements that are permanent, but we do have a lot of organizations that contact us routinely, recruiting students for internships. And a lot of our students are able to get internships in their home communities, the internship opportunities through the DEC, through the Vermont Geological Survey, state park system. We've had several students participate in internships with the national park system as well. The other thing we offer is called the Applied Environmental Science Program. And this is a program that juniors and seniors can participate in. It's a program that we run with the W.H. Minor Agricultural Research Institute. And we offer 6 classes as part of this program. 5 of the classes are taught at the Minor Institute. The 6th one is taught here on campus. All 6 of the classes have an all-day format. Students meet from 9 to 4 o'clock. The advantage of this is that it gives us the faculty and the students the flexibility to move from a lecture to field experience back to perhaps doing data analysis in a computer lab. They're not constrained to the schedule that we have to keep with regular classes where they occupy a room for a certain period of time and have to vacate the room for other classes. So students have a very, very different experience. Students are able to participate in as few courses or as many courses as they want with this program. We also have the Lake Champlain Research Institute, which gives many of our students opportunities for internships as well. The Lake Champlain Research Institute is affiliated with the university. We're very good at preparing our students for jobs. Our students have been very successful getting jobs in industry, DEC, working for nonprofits. We're one of the few SUNY campuses that offer the OSHA 40-hour HAZWOPER course. This is a required certification that anyone dealing with contaminants would need to work professionally. And so our seniors, when they graduate, can have this certification in hand. All of our geology programs are licensed eligible, meaning that they meet the educational requirements for geology licensing in the state of New York. And as Neil talked about, we have the BA MST program in adolescent earth science education. We also prepare our students for graduate school. And we have a very good reputation with many graduate schools, and our students have gone to SUNY ESF in Syracuse, Cornell, Duke, Old Dominion, Syracuse University, University of Vermont, and Virginia Tech. And I like to just kind of show this, give you an idea of what we do. Basically, you go out to a trail or something, or go up a mountain and look at the scenery. What you see is what we study. I mean, soils, terrestrial ecology, aquatic ecology, geology, land use, environmental planning, limnology, hydrology, geology, environmental chemistry, biogeochemistry, atmosphere, and science. We basically cover all of this. And if those of you who are more interested in urban settings, we also offer a lot of courses that deal with environmental issues in more urban settings. As far as our courses, or I beg your pardon, our programs, again, we offer 8 degree programs or study options, and it's sort of a spectrum between the natural sciences and the social sciences, humanities. And a lot of students get overwhelmed when they look at our degree programs and think, oh, which one am I going to pick? But you'll be able to work very closely with your advisor, and your advisor will help you pick the program that best meets your needs. But on the natural science side, we have ecology, geology, environmental geoscience, and earth science. And at the social science and humanities, we have environmental studies, which is made up of courses in anthropology, history, and philosophy. In between, we have the environmental science BS and the environmental science BA and the study option in environmental planning. And both these majors are fairly similar in structure. You'd have to take courses in math and physics and chemistry and biology, and you'd also take a wide range of courses in the different disciplines in environmental science. The BS program is a little more heavily weighted towards the natural sciences. The BA program is a little more heavily weighted towards the social sciences. And within the BA program, we have a study option in environmental planning, which we are converting to a standalone degree program, which will, in a couple of years, offer a degree, Bachelor of Science or Bachelor of Arts in Environmental Planning. So that's kind of a brief overview of our programs, and I'm going to turn this back over to Kristen.
And hi, actually, I'm not Kristen. I'm Jose de Andarza. I am in the Biological Sciences Department, and I am the coordinator for the MedTech and Cytotech programs. And so I just want to add a couple of things. First of all, welcome, and I hope that there's somebody out there who's got an interest in this. And if you do, I am the advisor for all the students in those 2 programs. So I'm very happy to talk with you. My door's open, and right now I guess my Zoom is open to you. And I'm just going to share just a couple of tidbits. Dr. Buckley covered most of these already, but this MedTech and Cytotech are 2 career paths that a lot of students haven't really heard much about. They're laboratory careers, kind of behind the scenes, especially at a time when medical diagnosis is a really big thing. These are really important career paths and professions. They lead to New York State licensure and professional certification, where you can find jobs nationwide. The starting salaries are $50,000 to $60,000 right now. So these are excellent career paths for anyone who loves laboratory work and would like to maybe be in healthcare after just 4 years of working at school and getting a bachelor's degree. So most people who do MedTech and Cytotech end up working in the hospital. Some end up going into research, public health, perhaps even industry. So there's a lot of other options, continued education afterwards. And a couple of the people that you see in these pictures are interns from past years who are now full-time employees at the hospitals where they interned. The hospital didn't even give them much of a chance to go find jobs elsewhere. They offered them a great job right away, and most of them took them up on it. So I definitely would welcome your questions. My email is not just on this slide, but also on the slide for the presentation. So I would love to hear your questions and be happy to communicate with you. So thank you, and have a great day.
Okay, great. Thank you. I am going to turn it over to some questions now. First, I am putting all of the faculty's email addresses up on the screen right now. If anybody would like to reach out to them, please feel free to take down their email address, or if you have any questions and you're not sure who to direct it to, you can email admissions@plattsburgh.edu. But I am going to start with the question, what is something that is unique to your programs here at SUNY Plattsburgh? If you each want to take a couple seconds to share that with us.
Well, sure. This is Neil Buckley from biology. Well, there's a couple of things I guess I'd mention. One is our bioinformatics minor, which is an unusual combination of skills. So basically, bioinformatics is used to manage all the DNA databases we have today. And that minor enables you to learn all the computer science skills along with the ones you're learning in biology. And so it's a very interesting one. It's not one you see very often at all. So that's an interesting opportunity if that happens to be where your interests lie. It's a very nice combination of computer science and biology. The other thing I think that's really unique about Plattsburgh is the degree to which the faculty and the students interact. We have extremely tight relationships between faculty and students. I'm the chair of the bio department. My door is open. It's literally propped open all the time with a jar full of sea anemones. So if you want to come see me, you're welcome to see me at any time. You don't have to make an appointment. You don't have to go through somebody else. Just put your head around the door and say, I'd like to talk. And that is true of the faculty in general. There's exceptionally good relationships with faculty and between faculty and students, and great access to research opportunities and assistance in your learning. So I think that's in general a very strong feature of SUNY Plattsburgh.
Hi, I'm Ed Miller. I picked up after Neil left the chairship of chemistry, and I guess the unique thing about the chemistry department that I've felt for my whole career is that we help students identify life goals. Then we provide pathways for them to get there. And there have been literally hundreds of students over the course of the last, my career that I've seen who came to college uncertain and didn't know what college was about. Maybe they're the first person in their family to go to college, but faculty in chemistry, and I would say probably biology and also Cs, help students, connect the students, empower the students, and make them believe in themselves. And they have found what they've been looking for in life after they leave college.
Kristen, this is Danielle. I'm wondering if I can share my screen. I'd like to speak to what makes the Center for Earth and Environmental Science unique.
Yeah, absolutely, Danielle. Let me unshare mine.
Okay. Can you guys all see the pictures?
Wow.
I hope so, yes?
Yes, we can.
Okay. I think our students really speak for our department. What's posted right now are some vignettes of students out in the field and in the lab doing what they do best. I think the Center for Earth and Environmental Science, with all of our different majors and faculty with broad expertise, we can address questions that cross between disciplines, and a lot of our students really gain benefit from that. We do a lot of place-based research and place-based teaching, and our unique formats of classes that run either all day or from 12 to 5 in many cases, and even just brief, 3-hour labs give us an opportunity to immerse in our questions. So I did make a mention of us blurring the lines between teaching and research. All of our students, even if they're not enrolled in independent study research opportunities, get out in the field and get into the wet lab. I've got pictures down here of the wildlife class. We collect ticks, we bring them in, we do genetic analysis to see if they're Lyme positive. The planners have community events where they engage with climate scientists and community leaders to address questions in a social setting. They do a lot of kind of planet forward activities as well. Dr. Gerbich can speak to that. Very involved in engagement in the community. We are out in the field deep in the Adirondacks. We do camping trips. We're out on our Lake Champlain Research Institute boats. We are up on the tops of mountains looking at minerals. We are trapping turtles and doing mark recapture. And we take advantage of our environment, the uniqueness of where we live between the lakes and the Adirondack Park. We had a wildfire not so far from where we are, and it gave us a unique opportunity for forest ecologists, geologists, wetland ecologists, wildlife folks to do long-term monitoring. And the students also have an opportunity to bring this research full circle. So they have opportunities to come with us to conferences and present all of their work.
That's great. We have about 2 minutes left if there's anybody else that would like to share anything regarding their program. Otherwise, I'll put the slide back up with all of your contact information.
I guess the only thing I can add to that is just to say that what you learn really at Plattsburgh State is hands-on stuff that you're going to be using in class. So the students who are doing medical technology, they do the microbiology. The stuff that they do, they tell me, oh, wow, this is amazing. Everything that I learned about, right now, it's really coming in handy. It's just amazing how really applicable to real life, what you're going to learn is.
And I would emphasize too that all these programs you're seeing today, I mean, we are all very focused on students, and students get a lot of attention. They have a lot of access to faculty. Our primary commitment is to undergraduate education, and so students really benefit from that access to the faculty and the resources we have, the new facilities we have, and in our case, the field sites that we have, the students have easy access to.
Okay, great. Well, I would like to thank everybody for joining us today on this presentation. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to the faculty. Their emails are listed on the screen, or you can direct your questions to admissions@plattsburgh.edu. And thank you all. Have a great day.